So in this video, I wear 3 activity trackers and I'll tell you why they don't matter at all. So because I'm a nerd, I made a spreadsheet, and of course you don't want to look at a spreadsheet the whole time, but this is a quick overview of my spreadsheet. So the spreadsheet I did was I compared the Whoop to the Apple Watch. The Whoop calories every day for a month, I just took 25% off the Apple Watch calories, because the Apple Watch calories just grossly overestimate the amount of calories doing. And maybe the Apple Watch calories are really accurate, and what the thing with Apple Watch is, it's not taking into account metabolic compensation. And this is when you do a lot of exercise and your body just downregulates your resting metabolic rate. So I took 25% off, and that got a little bit closer. Then I took 28% off. And of course, spreadsheets are boring shit to look at. So here is a graph I made. So in the top graph, we've got Whoop in the blue and the Apple Watch in the green. And as you can see, they correlate really nicely, but there's a difference between the calories apart from those spikes. So those spikes are: week 1, I did a 5K. Week 2, I did a 10K. Week 3, I did a 15K. And on that final big spike, that was a 21K, a half marathon. So on this graph here, I used 28% reduction on the Apple Watch calories, and that gave me the closest to the Whoop calories. And the 28%, I got that number from Herman Poinser's book, which is, he's sort of saying most people will have metabolic compensation between 28 and 48%. So there, my Whoop calories are very close to my Apple Watch calories, and I find the Whoop calories really accurate because it's measuring heart rate all day, where the Apple Watch is measuring movement. And sometimes movement can be erratic and give you a little bit overestimated. The fact that they're very closely correlated is good, and then with this 28% reduction, I've made my Apple Watch way more close. But I was also on a calorie deficit this month. So because spreadsheets are boring to look at, I'll quickly talk you through. I've just color coded these. So in the yellow is the actual weight loss that I actually experienced within this month, which was 1.6 kilos. In the red there, that is Whoop, what the Whoop has estimated I should have lost. So I've put in the calories that I actually ate in my MyFitnessPal and subtracted the calories from the Whoop and divided that by 770, which is how many calories are in a kilo, to give me my number. So the Whoop says if I use the Whoop calories, I should have been 2.6. The Apple Watch with the 25% deficit should have been 2.2, and the Apple Watch with the 28% deficit gives me my closest to my what I actually lost, which is 1.9. And I'll show you why none of this really matters in 1 second. So here I've used the Lumen. I'm on the fitness performance track on Lumen. So Lumen has given me 2,296 calories. That's what Lumen sort of suggests for me for my maintenance calories, which is, I feel, is about right. So I've just put in that number every single day and then taken off the calories that I've actually eaten, which has been a sort of deficit calories, been slightly less than what Lumen suggests. And if we look here, Lumen suggests that I should have lost 1.9 kilos, and I lost 1.6. So the Lumen calories, just using a calorie calculator and just giving me the same calories every day, has kind of evened out, even though my exercise has been drastically different. And this is sort of one of the most important things with your total daily energy expenditure, is the average is actually sometimes better than what you're actually eating in each day. Because if I have a really, really active day, so on the day I did my half marathon, my Whoop told me that I burned over 4,000 calories, where most of the time the Whoop's saying I'm 2,200. So of course I burned 4,000 calories on that day, but in the days leading after that, my movement would have been less, my body would have been recovering, so I would have used less calories. And because I did no workouts the week after, the fact that I burned, near 5,000 calories on one day doesn't really matter, because the rest of the days I'm not burning as much. So it's actually better to do little and often than it is one massive burst. So the Lumen just gives me the same sort of calories. So the Lumen's using the sort of right sort of caloric load for me, but what the Lumen does is it kind of breaks down which macros I need. So proteins are bang on. It's next to Dr. Stuart Phillips' recommendations. It's kind of bang on within the healthy range of that. It's not too high and it's not too low. It's bang on in a good zone. And then the fats and carbohydrates kind of play with. So on the day of my half marathon, it offered me lots of carbohydrates, and then on other days it might offer me lower carbohydrates. So carbohydrates are the fuel for activity, and fat is the kind of fuel for rest. And that's what makes Lumen kind of special, is kind of gives you the right fuel source for the right activity to kind of boost on, and how carb tolerant you are as a person. The calories that you take that Lumen will work out will be the calories that you should be eating within about 100 calorie, you know, plus minus. Plus we've got tracking the food. So I lost 1.6. I should have lost 1.9. Why is that? Probably me mistracking some calories here and there. But as long as it's going in the general right direction, I'm not too hung up on it.